Yo, what is going on, everybody? As the air still hasn't
it's
shut
on.
up.
It's off right now. How perfectly.
Look, man, welcome to the Max&JuanCast live show with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Max. We just watched a very important game in the NBA.
Look, we're going to be talking about CP3, the Phoenix Suns heading to the NBA Finals, Bucks, Hawks, a little bit of Damian Lillard talk, coaches talk, but we could not start the show without our intro. All right, Max. So we just got done watching the Phoenix Suns and the Clippers go at it. Chris Paul, 41 points.
30 of them in the second half.
Jesus.
16 for 24 shooting. 7 for 8 from 3.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
If you had to pick one Clippers player who just smoked that pipe, who would it be? Come on. Tell me.
Chris Paul.
No. If you had to pick a Clippers player.
Oh, Pat Bev.
Okay.
Yeah, Pat Bev.
So Chris Paul, out Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to briefly go over what we saw in the second half? Let's take us through the first half. It was close. It was the Phoenix was up by 6 at halftime.
Yeah.
So you want to take us through what we saw the second half?
Well, the second half, I mean, it was simply the Chris Paul show. I think I seen Devin Booker make one clutch bucket, to try to keep him away. That little floater that you were oh, that's a bad shot. Other than that, it was the Chris Paul show though. Threes, mid ranges.
I would say Booker didn't play his best game. I mean, 10 for 26, 22 points.
DeAndre Ayton did his thing, but
they went to him early. He kind of got him going.
Yeah,
16 and 17. He was a menace. I like DeMarcus. Well, there's a lot of plays to talk about him in the second half. Boogie Cousins had 12 off the bench. They were kind of getting into it. I mean, I want to say from the Clippers were making a push at the end of the third, remember? And then Chris Paul did something that we're going to do something on later, but just he runs into DeMarcus Cousins and gets a tech when DeMarcus Cousins didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And it was just a really huge Chris Paul. And earlier in the game, Patrick Beverly had crossed him up and didn't even do anything really with it. I think he made the basket, and they were kind of getting into it. And Chris Paul has some bad blood with Patrick Beverly and Rajon Rondo. So, I mean, what did you think of the whole little thing?
It's to be expected though. Patrick Beverly does that, and Chris Paul's.
Well, also we forgot to mention Game 5. Patrick Beverly fouled him, and then remember he made he was making fun of him while he was on the ground injured, quote unquote. No. Even though Chris Paul's a great actor, not just from the State.
I just feel like a lot of NBA players are actors though. Chris Paul's just his is a little bit more flamboyant. Same thing with Patrick Beverly. It's just the way of the game today, and it's disgusting to be honest. I thought he should have got a technical foul for
what he did to Boogie.
Yeah, well, not what he did. It's just what he did, not what he did to Boogie. It's just flopping. Whatever happened to penalizing flopping?
I mean, they gave you the warning, but what's $5K to Chris Paul? He's making $40 million.
Yeah, but I think they need to start doing it in the game. No, in the game.
Give a guy a tech for flopping.
Yes, when it's fucking blatant like that.
That's a good idea. I never really thought about it. I think
they fucking review everything else in today's game.
I don't understand how you review that and say, "Oh yeah, that was a foul." That's a technical foul on DeMarcus Cousins. It's never. How do we have the review thing? We always get the second guy. Still, does that not shock you? How we for as long as I can remember as a kid, the second guy always got the blame, right?
Yeah.
How do we have the review and that still happens?
That's the NBA for you.
So, would you say Patrick Beverly deserved to get ejected then?
Yeah, most definitely.
Where does that rank in like the cheap shots? And I have a couple written down.
The Bynum.
The big Bynum.
Yeah.
I got Ron Artest on Harden.
That
I got
one's a
Lamar
little bit
Odom
more.
on dirt. A lot of Lakers right here.
No.
Giannis against the Bulls in Game 6 where he tackled Mike Dunleavy.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I got some Dennis Rodman in here. So you tell me, what is your favorite?
I enjoy the
you enjoy Andrew Bynum.
What was the one with LeBron? No, with the Chicago Bulls. I think it was John Solomon.
Oh no, where Nazi Muhammad shoved him.
Yeah,
you like that one?
I like that one. But I mean, this one,
I love.
It was funny to me.
What made it funny to you?
It was just funny because Chris Paul got under his skin. He was mad. He pushed him, and he pushed him pretty good.
I like when the first thing I did when I loaded ESPN to get the box score. It's like Chris Paul getting shoved by Patrick Beverley.
But look,
it's nice to see a guy who Patrick really. I'm sure he's a tough guy, but all he does is be a pest and he talks shit. And we all have friends like this. Like you can beat the friend in Madden 100 times.
Yeah, shout out to Joy who's in the stream. You know who you are.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that on your behalf. So I'm just saying we all have that one friend who. It doesn't matter how many times you beat him. He gets you one time, and he's God's gift to the earth. And you can never get him fairly.
Little
right?
giant syndrome. That's what I like to call it.
You never get him fairly, right? It's always, game got me, bro. I was going to win. The game got me. And it's Patrick Beverley is like the epitome of that, I feel like. He's like, oh, I would have got you, but something happened. And it's like, well.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can't talk about this game without mentioning that. But I don't want it to
It shouldn't steal the game. You know, it was like Chris Paul dominated. Like,
I mean, looking at it, bro, I think this is one of the best like closeout games I've seen in a while from a guy like Chris Paul. Like it was great. It was all him. And
down the stretch, yeah. And I was telling you in the first half, I'm like, man, he's missing a lot of the shots he normally makes, and these are like wide open shots. Like there was a play in the fourth quarter where he like gets Nick Batum and DeMarcus Cousins like mismatched, and he has like this wide open like 2 foot, like not 2 foot, like a 10-foot shot, and I was like, dude, he is the orchestrator right now, and he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
Suns were the better team, especially with the injury to Kawhi.
Well, it
sucks we didn't get the series we deserved, like Kawhi healthy, like maybe he changes it. Your boy Paul George, he didn't show up today. I'm not gonna call him Pandemic P just for you.
No, he just had a bad game.
Like, I mean, that's the thing though. It's like superstars. I just hate the fact that Marcus Cousins is like, and all those guys. I don't know why this guy gets so much shit.
Yeah,
I would say this though. All the great players get this shit. What does LeBron get when he has a good game?
That's different. You can't compare that.
Okay.
You can't though.
I'm saying okay. I won't compare.
But I would say this, Max. I completely agree with you with saying like DeMarcus Cousins and all those guys talking about, oh, this guy gets so much. Like he at the time, he deserved it. Yeah, it was warranted, bro. Like he had bad games.
I still think he deserves the shit. Like
yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. But there comes a certain time where if you're gonna give out the shit, like when he has a good game, acknowledge it. Don't just ignore it.
Acknowledge it.
I don't think a lot of people do.
No, that's just mainstream media. That's not our fault.
But I think you to a certain point too.
Well, I gave him credit, but like people want to say, "Oh, look, he had 26 on 26 shots." That's not a good game to me.
Yeah, well,
like this is what separates superstars. Like you say, "Oh, superstars have bad games."
I still don't think he's a superstar.
Okay, then
I just want to clarify.
I agree.
That.
I don't think he's one either. But if you're the man, like everyone claims he is, Kawhi Leonard doesn't have bad games that often in the playoffs.
Yeah,
once in a while, I understand. You're off.
Yeah.
You can't make every shot. But Paul George, it's one game good, one game bad, 2 games bad.
I would give him this though. Like
this is the best I've seen him.
Look, this was a hard game. Chris Paul obviously took over. Gas ran out for PG, but
I think gas ran out for Reggie Jackson too. Yeah. He did not. Well, I mean, whatever the Clippers are doing, it wasn't sustainable to you, right? Yeah. It was just
I was just waiting for it because they've been proving me wrong every playoff series. But you know what? PG, when his back was against the wall, Kawhi was out, team needed him to step up. He stepped up, and I didn't expect that from Paul George. So I'm just going to give him credit for what he did in those games, surviving when Kawhi went out, scoring those points and being clutch, even though he missed the 2 free throws. And whether or not you want to argue that it was a good game or not, he was the best player on the court for the Clippers. That's all I'm going to say. And this game, he didn't show up, but I mean, that's kind of why he's not a superstar. But I'm still gonna give him his credit. I'm not gonna, just weave the other way just because I was wrong. Like, I was calling a pandemic peak. I got to eat my crow. He had great games, and I didn't expect him to.
I just think it's really frustrating for a guy as talented as him. It's usually easier for a guy when they're the second option.
Yeah.
Like, the fact Kobe had a Shaq on his team helped him. And Kobe had games where he was the second guy and he played like the first guy. And I feel like with Paul George, so many times with Kawhi, with Russell Westbrook, we haven't really seen him play like the best guy, even when he's not on the team.
Yeah.
And it's really confusing. If I'm a Clipper fan, I'm a little nervous because, I mean, can you ever say, oh, I know Kawhi's coming back without a shadow of a doubt? Can you actually think that at any point?
No, of course not. Even if they would have won.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah.
Even if they would have won the championship, you'll be like, there's a chance.
Like, if the Kawhi's like, maybe I'll take LeBron up on that offer finally. Like,
exactly.
I did pick the wrong LA team.
But look, we're going to be able to talk about the Clippers all we want down the line. But let's really get into the Suns. And we talked about the game. We talked about the game. It was obviously the Chris Paul show. But I find it absolutely amazing that a team this young and with just basically the addition of Jay Crowder and Chris Paul, that they made it to the finals. And the great explanation for this, which I was telling your dad downstairs, they're the healthiest team. It's the battle of attrition right now. LeBron hurt, AD hurt. Who else? KD.
Oh, I got the whole
Harden.
list. Can I?
Yeah, say the list.
KD was not one, but Kawhi, Giannis, Harden, Kyrie, Embiid, Doncic. He didn't miss a game. Donovan Mitchell. Booker gets banged up. I'm just saying, like, I know that doesn't help. I'm saying, like, I've never seen a list like this. I went back to 2020. I'm just going to give you the top guys. Giannis gets hurt. He only missed one game. The Bucks were losing that series regardless. Bam Adebayo missed a couple games in the finals. Dragic, Ben Simmons gets hurt. It's a bonus. Russ missed some time. Damian Lillard missed one game. They were losing that series. It didn't matter. 2019, Durant. He got hurt at the end, wouldn't you say? Klay Thompson, the last game of the year. That don't really count.
Yeah, those are all finals games.
Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid. Just compare that. Just to, like, AD, Trae Young, Kawhi, Giannis, LeBron, Harden. These, I've never seen a playoffs where potentially 10 out of the top 20 guys get hurt and miss time. It's not just like.
And I think, the biggest one, like, you can argue, like, oh, the Nets got hurt. And that was the biggest, like, pushback. But the Suns, I know I'm going to sound like a salty Laker fan, but I mean, it's just the facts. We were up 2-1. AD gets hurt. That's where things started to change for the Suns.
Kicked their ass in game 3. I'm sorry. As a fly flies by me in here, really? Okay. No, we kicked their ass. I'm not trying to, and maybe I'm a little salty still just because of the injury aspect, but like, I know LeBron's blaming everyone for this season, but like, come on, y'all signed on. It's just, this is just really unfortunate, But
look, you got to give them credit. They stayed healthy for the most part.
I mean, they had injuries, but they weren't catastrophic. I think if they would have lost Booker, they were not going to make it. I
mean, they lost Chris Paul. That's pretty big.
They didn't really, they lost him, but he was still out there, able to contribute just in some little capacity. You know what I mean? Like, I know his shoulder was bad.
No, but he missed games with COVID.
Yeah, he did miss games against COVID with Denver, right?
Yeah.
No,
this
Clippers.
Series.
He missed 2 games, but again, they're already down there like superstar. They're down Kawhi Leonard.
Mm.
Like, do you think the Suns win the series?
Yeah,
happens.
That's a big thing right there. So AD and Kawhi, like, those are two big misses for the teams that they were playing.
I've never seen anything like this, man. If you want to,
I mean, you still got to give them the credit.
No, I'm not trying to take anything away from what they did. They've been a really good team. And like I typically always say, like, young teams like this, they have to like lose once in the playoffs. Man, I'm gonna murder that fly if I get to see him, bro. If he sits down on stream. Usually with just young teams, they have that like first round. Oh, we're gonna lose against a superior team like the Lakers, but it's a weird year. It's a 72 game season. There's been so many injuries, and a lot of it you can attribute to so many back-to-backs. Like, if you look at the playoff series, there's not really a lot of 2-day rest for a lot of these teams. It's always like game back-to-back. You know, it's like 1 day rest. Like, when was the last time you remember seeing a playoffs like this? Like, so rushed.
Last year
On the bubble?
Yeah.
But you got to take it. There's no travel, though, in the bubble, at least. You know, they all get to sleep.
Right.
It's just a weird year, man. And I don't know. I'm never under the impression that this season deserves an asterisk. Do you? Like, do you think that's fair?
I don't think so, but it's just one of those things where in the moment we recognize it, but a couple years down the line or even months down the line, everyone's going to forget it. And everyone's just going to remember that the Phoenix Suns potentially, I'm not saying they are, but won the NBA Finals or the Bucks or the Hawks. Like, that's what it's going to come down to. No one's going to remember how many injuries there were in the season. It's not like throughout the years, no one remembers that.
Do you think people remember the Warriors' first title? They didn't play a healthy team the whole year.
Well,
I mean, I'm the type of guy where, like, I think it does matter to some extent, but I'm never going to, it's not like the home run record where, like, he gets an asterisk because, there's 110, like, there's 60 more games or however many games, you know?
Right.
And I mean, it's unfortunate that the playoffs, this is a playoff run. It's, even if Phoenix wins, everyone's going to remember it probably as the year of the injury.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, then again,
wait 5 years and no one cares.
Yeah, that too. But then again, I mean, I know the Lakers were the 7th seed. I mean, this is the 2nd seed in the West. So
yeah, but I mean, can you really say the Lakers were a typical 7th
yeah,
seed?
that's what I'm saying. But erasing the Lakers were obviously the team where, their record wouldn't have been that if there were injuries. But I know as Max laughs at the Patrick Beverly push, they were the 2nd seed. They were really good. They were one of the best road teams during the year. I just find it amazing though, man. Like, even with all the injuries and all the breaks that they got, it's crazy that they're here, bro. Because like I said, 2 additions, Jay Crowder and Chris Paul, aka Point Guard, who I am so fucking happy for.
I just wish I could be happy for him on a different team. Like, I wish he was on the Thunder.
I know. I mean, the Suns or whatever.
Rachel Nichols like said a lot of people when you went to the Thunder thought like that was the end for your career, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, if you told me 2 years ago when he got traded to the Thunder, he's gonna make an NBA Finals, I've been like, you're smoking like drugs. Like, no way.
No, you're completely right. When
can I just say one thing, and I want to just throw shade at you. I vividly remember, and I've brought this up so many times, and I'll keep bringing it up. And you said you can get a lot for Russ, and they traded Chris Paul for Russ. How bad does that trade look for the Rockets? Like, Chris Paul is still a top 20 player, and Russ is like a top 60 player.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry, he's the best player in the league because he triple doubles. But
I mean, people are gonna debate that. But yeah,
I just think, man, the fact, like, look at all the point guards traded for each other, like Wall for Westbrook for Paul. Chris Paul is so clear cut to me better than those guys. And like, he's a winning player. Even though he's never won a championship, he's made every team he's been on better.
Yeah.
And that's rare for a point guard, and especially when he's 36 going to his first finals.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the Suns, Chris Paul?
Shout out to Ty Lue. You told me, you said it first. Great job coaching. He did a great job coaching, man. He didn't have his best player.
Without Kawhi.
If I was Kawhi, I'd stay. You know, feel like they were right there. Like, if you can hold on to Reggie Jackson was really big for this team. Shockingly, Terrence Mann didn't have the 40-point game he had against the Jazz, which they could have used. I don't know. I think the Clippers are not in a bad spot if they can get those guys back. But I don't have a lot of faith in it. Do you?
Not really. It's a question mark. Just like this whole NBA season. So do you want to any other things?
No, I'm done with this. We should move on.
All right, let's move on. Let's go. Before we move on, though, just a FYI.
What do you have?
I got the jersey, bro. I got the jersey. All right.
Show it.
Let's show this.
For the
Steph Curry.
Damn, we should have done this
jersey.
giveaway 2 years ago. It would have been hot.
All right. If you guys didn't know, if you guys don't follow us on social media, specifically on Instagram, we hit 1,000 followers. All right. Got pounded right there, dog. Don't let me hang in. There you go. All right. Look, we hit 1K. We worked very hard for this. If you guys entered the giveaway, it's not too late. I mean, I'm on my phone if you guys want to do it right now. Read the instructions and I can get you in there. But maybe halfway through the podcast we'll do it, or at the end. We'll see. All right. Maybe if you guys comment enough and say that you guys want to do it now, we'll do it now. But it's not looking that way. So all this talk about the Clippers and off season and guys moving around.
Can I pick the next topic? Am I allowed to?
No, because
All
I'm
right.
already
I'm sorry.
picked it.
My bad.
I already picked it, Max. Damian Lillard.
Bro, are you serious?
Yes.
You're not gonna talk about the Bucks?
No.
Wow.
We'll get to that
All
later.
right. Wow.
I want to talk Damian Lillard.
Oh, I'm excited. I got some good trades.
Yeah, I'm excited too because look, as you guys can see from the picture and the thumbnail, I got Damian Lillard in a Lakers uniform. And it's shocking to me, guys, because Damian Lillard is one of these guys who were talking shit to the Clippers, ironically, about you guys are chumps, and specifically to Paul George, like saying like, oh, you guys are chumps for joining up teams every year. And I mean, the Blazers, it's sounding like he's sick and tired of it, and he's pissed off, and he wants to get out of Portland.
I have a timeline if you're interested in this.
Let's hear the timeline. Let's do it for the audience too.
Yeah. So June 4th, the Blazers fire Terry Stotts. Long overdue, right?
Yeah.
Also, Dame Lillard will have major input on the coach next season. June 5th, a lot of reports coming out. Teams are really interested in what's going to happen with Damian Lillard. June 6th, this is all within 3 days. Jason Kidd is Dame's first guy. Like, he wants him. He's like, no, not taking the job. But don't want to interview for it. June 21st, it's down between Chauncey Billups and Becky Hammond. June 25th, report from Dame's camp that he wants to win big, and more importantly, win big now. I swear to God, that's what it was said. I don't make the...
And these are all by Chris Haynes, correct?
Different sources. I've seen different sources, but a lot of these were Chris. The ones that right now are going to be a lot of Chris Haynes. June 26th, Chauncey Billups hired. June 26th, report TJ McCollum likely to be traded. Been saying that for 5 years. Do it. June 27th, Chris Haynes says Damian Lillard is really concerned about the team's ability to build a championship contender, and the backlash from the Chauncey Billups hiring is leading Dame to want out. You might ask, what is this backlash? It's from a 1997 sexual assault case that was settled by Chauncey Billups. That would be 25 years ago-ish. Let's go 20 years. 24 years ago-ish. Then I just put for fun, Zach Collins refractures foot, because that's the...
I don't think that matters.
I just wanted to shout out Zach Collins.
Yeah.
And then a fun note, Dame Lillard does not have a no-trade clause. So he cannot really control his own fate.
So another one that you left out, and I'm just...
What did I leave out?
There was a report that came out that he was saying that like he respects the Portland fan base, and
yeah, like that's why he stayed so long, because he really loves them.
Yeah, he put that in. I think that's big. I feel
like we knew that.
I think it's different when he put it in a report right now.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because why would he say that if he's staying like
it's a final kiss, little first?
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's like
you get what I'm saying.
Hedges bet.
I don't know where he's gonna go though. Like you said, no trade clause.
If I feel like this is the type of guy where if he asked to be traded to the Lakers and I'm Portland, I would do my best to get him to the Lakers.
Really?
It's not
the What did the Lakers have to offer?
No. It's not just the Lakers. He could say, I really want to go to the Magic. I would try to get him to the Magic with all my heart. I feel like this is a guy who's deserved.
It's a business though, Max.
I understand it's business, but I'm saying at some point you got to reward guys for loyalty. He's given you 10 plus years or 8-ish years, whatever. Well, he's done everything the right fucking way.
There's new ownership, so that shit's...
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You can't let guys like James Harden just be fat and not show up and go to Vegas and let them and get their way. And guys like Damian Lillard handle themselves like freaking gentlemen, not get their way. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. He's done everything right. He's bled for your city, been a pillar in the community, been nothing but a stand-up guy, and all he wants... You can't help him with this one request. I'm not saying give him just for Kyle Kuzma straight up. No. Make the Lakers pay. But if it's between 90 cents from the Lakers and 95 cents from the Thunder, lose the 5 cents to make the guy happy. You owe him that much.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got this is the one guy I think it behooves them to do the right thing in some regard. And I feel like we've seen some backlash with the Celtics who've constantly been like,
fuck you.
We'll trade you, dog. Sorry about your sister, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Late.
Yeah.
Might be. I feel like that shit kind of matters for players at some point. Like a lot of players said, like, I don't want to go to Boston because I don't want to be traded for bullshit.
Yeah, and AD was one of those guys.
Yeah.
And this is another example that a guy like Damian Lillard, he's on contract. So this is not a guy like Anthony Davis or even Paul George a couple years ago where you're not sure if he's going to re-sign.
Oh, you're talking about Pacers, Paul George, right?
Pacers.
Oh,
Paul
yeah, okay,
George.
I got you.
Yeah. So guys who have been traded in the past where you're like, okay, well, we're trading for him, but we shouldn't give that much because we don't even know if this guy's going to re-sign with us.
Think about how much they got for like Victor Oladipo. The Heat. Like the Heat gave up nothing.
Yeah. So does that...
he signed for 4 years. His contract's about to kick in next year.
Exactly. So you're going to have him for sure. There's no, having to re-sign him or anything like that. So the package is going to be a lot, guys. It's not going to be something little. I think you're going to have to give up a lot of picks.
Do you think so?
I believe so.
So tell me the reasons why the package will be a lot, and I'll tell you some reasons I think that maybe the package could get devalued.
Okay, well, number one, the player.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah, easily. Damian Lillard is a top 10 player. Easily.
Okay, hold on. Let me write something down. So I'm going to write 10 points for the player. Okay. What else?
Contract. Under contract.
Let's go with 10 points. Go ahead.
He's a guard.
I
think that's even 5 big.
Points. Okay. Anything else you want to throw in there? Why the package will be big?
And he's a franchise player. He's not just a top 10, but he's a franchise guy.
I'm going to go franchise changing 10.
Yes.
Here's one thing I think that can knock some shit off.
Okay.
Let's go minus 5 points for contract. Just for how much he's making. He's making it.
But he's worth it, though.
Oh, 100%. But they're going to be like, that's a lot of money to take. I don't know if we can take that money. Some team's going to make that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say he's 31 years old. And he's a guard. You
act like 31 is so old.
I'm saying.
It's not football, Max.
I'm saying that fucking 2 years looks great. 32. What happens when he's 33? And he's like, oh, wow. He got badly injured, and now we're fucking stuck with him.
Does he have injury history?
He's been banged up a good amount. I'd say nothing major, but like he's been.
I wouldn't consider Damian.
Just tell me point guards that really age well.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, okay. My point exactly.
Like
we saw with Russ, it kind of started to fall off the wheels once he hit 30.
He is still good, though.
He's good, but do you want that contract on your team? Absolutely not.
No.
Dame Lillard is a lot better than Russ.
That's
right
just a
now.
contract.
But I'm saying,
how old is Drew Holiday?
I think he's like 28, but I'll look it up for you.
I mean, Drew Holiday's been in the league for a minute.
30, he's 31. Wow. Yeah, I'd be kind of scared of that contract too if I was the Bucks.
And you gave up a bunch of picks for him, and so I think Damian Lillard is going to go for obviously more. If Drew Holiday goes for that,
I think he'll go for more. But
if Drew Holiday goes for that, Max, what makes you think that Damian Lillard is going to go for anything less?
No, he won't go for less. I'm just saying. It just depends where he says he wants to go, and it depends on what teams are willing to do. Like,
look, I know you have a bunch of trade scenarios.
Well, do you have any too? I want you to have some.
I don't have any exact trade scenarios. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say a couple teams that
or interest you.
Yeah, that I would like to see them on.
You haven't seen mine, right?
I have. I seen them. I read the notes. Come on.
That was like Mark Nono.
I think off bat Philly.
Okay.
I think that's the best fit for him. And that's the best trade package that I think.
Why one? Who's the center of the trade package?
It's Ben Simmons. I think that's the best player you're going to wind up getting because we all know with these deals, it's kind of like, okay, we're giving you $1 and we'll give you about 25 cents back. Right? Like that's basically how these trades
I feel like that was the Harden trade. It was like, here's
the Harden trade.
Here's a really heavy $1.
Yeah.
Just whip him into shape. He'll be like better. Okay.
Yeah. Even the Anthony Davis trade. Like it was just a bunch of.
That was pretty close to $1, bruh.
I don't think so.
How is it not? Because Lakers won a championship. Like, what are they supposed to do? They got a lot for him.
Yeah,
Got like 4 good players and like 8 picks. What do you want? All right, you want to hear my trades? I'll start with.
Hold on, I'm not done with the
done with
teams. I like the Knicks.
Of course you do.
I think easily. I mean, you have to throw in New York.
Okay.
All this talk about the Pelicans, no, I do not want to see them on the Pelicans.
People want.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of talks to New Orleans.
They have the assets, but why would you want to go there?
Yeah, no. Of course, the Lakers. I'm interested, of course, as a Laker fan, but I don't know what the fuck we're gonna give up. That's where you come in. And another one that's kind of under the table. What about the Clippers? I think that will be very interesting for him to go to the Clippers.
You don't think that'll be some,
I don't know the exact trade package because I know they don't got no fucking picks.
But you don't think that'll be some weird dynamic right there? You don't think? You think
maybe? Well, not if Paul George is out. Paul George is going to be in that package. So him on the Clippers, that interests me. Now, those are the teams that I just thought of. Everywhere else, I don't know. I can't see him he's not going to go to Brooklyn. He's not going to go to Milwaukee. Who's another powerhouse? I can't see him. I can't. Yeah, that's why I said Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah.
And Denver. I don't see him going to Denver, and I don't see him going to Phoenix. Those are top teams this year, and I don't see him going there. Another one that I just want to say that I heard, the Bulls. That would be a good fit.
Too
to be honest,
bad.
Exactly. They don't got nothing to fucking trade. Like if you're gonna trade for him, you're gonna trade Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine's gonna be in that package.
Why would you trade such a great player for Damian Lillard?
Not only that though, Max. Like you're trading him, and you're basically
telling me
you're going. Hold on, you're going to the Blazers East. That's what you're doing.
You're telling me you wouldn't give the Blazers wouldn't take Pat Williams, Lauri Markkanen, and Kobe White, Denzel Valentine?
Absolutely not.
Adam Omoka. Just saying the worst guy on the team.
Yeah, absolutely not. But those are my teams. That's who I thought of.
Flip Vucevic.
Yeah. Oh wait. We gave up a lot for this guy. They're losers, bro. I'm sorry. They're absolutely losers for doing that trade.
Wayne is gonna be depressed when he hears this, bro.
They were though. It made no sense. They didn't make the playoffs, and this is why you keep your picks. If you're not going to wind up getting a great, if you're getting Bradley Beal, okay. You're getting Anthony Davis, okay. I see it. Like you're giving up those first round picks, or you're a contender like the Milwaukee Bucks, like how Max was alluding to off the podcast today. Like if you're the Bucks and you have like a little piece you want to get, like Tyrese Maxey or something, like okay, first round pick. But if you're a team like the Chicago Bulls, like you keep those picks because guys like this, Damian Lillard, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, these guys every season it seems like one of these superstars are unhappy and they're gonna force their way out. Harden was last year.
I'm kind of upset it was Dame. I kind of wanted it to be Cat, but then I remembered Cat's not a superstar. And I'm grateful that you brought that up. I was really curious because you told me earlier, I was like, telling me about how the Bulls were stupid, and I was like, I wonder how I was gonna work this in. I'm really impressed by the way you just kind of bullied it in there.
But let's hear your trade scenarios, Max, because I know you've been dying to say.
Do you want the teams you talked about first, or just the random teams?
Just go ahead, whoever you feel like you want to say.
Lakers are gonna get Dame. They're gonna give up THT, Kyle Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder, a couple pick swaps, and Andre Drummond. Hopefully they'll take him.
Andre Drummond.
Sign and trade on.
That's just a bunch of here, take this, take that.
I'd be excited. THT and Anthony Simons, your future backcourt. You don't like it?
I mean, that's great for
I don't
the Lakers,
see why they would do this trade.
I don't see why the Blazers
I don't know what else you could give up. Like he would really have to force his way to the Lakers, and then
I don't see the Lakers having a trade package for him, Max.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think Kuzma has a lot of trade value.
What? After that great postseason he just didn't have?
And then Dennis Schroeder will be a sign and trade.
McKinney? Dudley? Andre Drummond gets 15-15, guys.
Okay, here's the problem with the Lakers, though. They don't got no one's young besides THT.
He really young. I mean, Caruso's 26. Not that bad. KCP. That's a good piece.
Yeah, but Caruso's not a building
Montrez?
block. Caruso will be good for a package. For
how about
going to
All right,
Milwaukee.
I got a new package. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Schroeder, KCP, Montrez, Wesley Matthews, Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso, Marcus Gasol, Ben McLemore, Markieff Morris, Jared Dudley, THT,
right.
Drummond.
Now you're just throwing in the whole fucking team.
I mean, would you do it though? Yeah.
Yeah, if that means getting Damian Lillard. Yeah.
You do it, right? Okay.
I mean, if you're the Lakers,
they're just lacking the assets.
Yeah, they're lacking all that shit. I mean, if it means to not give up Anthony Davis and LeBron, you do it in a heartbeat. You give up whoever you have to give up if you're the Lakers.
Sorry, Kuz. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get rid of that Kuz jersey.
So
I stupidly bought.
Keep on going, Max. So I think the Lakers are out. Okay. Personally.
Warriors. Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, 7th pick in this draft, and the 14th pick for Dame Lillard.
That one's interesting.
That's not a bad package.
You said Wiseman?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to throw him in the trade.
You don't think they asked for Clay?
Why did they ask for Clay? I don't think Clay's got that much value right now. Why would he have value? He hasn't played in 2 years.
I mean, you keep on saying that, but if you're a team, I would take
Hey,
Klay
I want this
Thompson.
guy who hasn't played in 2 years.
I think he'll be fine.
Why? What makes you say that?
Because of his game.
Has he been fine?
Because of his game.
He can't even get on the court.
Okay, Max.
What's the point?
When he gets on next season.
Okay, I agree. As soon as he gets on, I'll be like, oh yeah, he has value. But he hasn't played. You don't know how bad his body's gotten. And it's not about, he can get on the court. It's can he stay on the court? Why are you going to trade for a guy who has $35 million for the next 4 years who hasn't played in two of the last 3 years?
Now let me ask you this then.
I'd love to have Clay on the Lakers, but I just want to make sure he's healthy.
No. Well, yeah, obviously you get your doctors and you don't pull a fucking Isaiah Thomas with the Cleveland Cavaliers and you get the right information. Of course, all of that goes into play, Max. I want to ask you this though, since we're on Klay Thompson. If the trade package was like this, you had two packages. If you're the Blazers and it came down to the Sixers and the Warriors, and it basically came down to, do we want Ben Simmons or do we want Klay Thompson?
I take Ben.
Really?
Yeah, he's like 6 years younger. Doesn't have a really bad injury history like Klay. And
I mean, you love to pick your players when you want to, huh?
I don't like Ben Simmons. I'm saying in this scenario, I'm just telling you who I take. Klay Thompson's old. He's got some bad injuries. What do you want me to say? You want me to be like, yeah, I have 100% help. Being 31 years old and coming off two of the worst injuries in sports back to back makes me feel really good about you. What do you want me to say? Just tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Have faith. Okay, and your doctors say that he's okay.
I feel like I want to watch him play an NBA season before I trade for him. He's okay till he gets hurt again.
It's about taking chances, Max.
Yeah, and you're going to take a chance on a guy who hasn't played in 2 years. I just want you to say that. Say you're going to take a chance on a guy who hasn't played in 2 years.
I mean,
the
Lakers were kind of taking a chance with Anthony Davis, who gets hurt.
He played. Get the fuck out of here.
But he fucking gets hurt every other fucking season.
Yeah, and still plays 65 games. How many games Klay Thompson played the last 2 years? Tell me.
0.
Yeah, okay. 120 games in 2 years and 0 games is a lot of difference.
No. But it's not like he got hurt in like the season.
Isn't that more concerning? He got hurt training? No,
I just think that's bad luck, man.
I think the ACL was bad luck.
And it's not like he's a big dude. Like maybe if he was, like a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, who just frequently had bad luck and had bad injuries with the whole offseason shit. He's a big man. He gained weight. Like Klay Thompson, I'm not worried about that. Plus the style of game that he has, it doesn't worry me.
What if he just loses all his lift and the ability to run?
I don't think so. I think he'll be fine.
I mean, I feel like too often now we see guys come back from ACL injuries and be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Everyone will be fine. But that's really not the case because there's a lot of guys who don't come back the same.
Maybe if his game was a little bit more explosive, then I could see it.
Yeah,
he's probably going to lose some on defense. I wouldn't doubt that. But him being the shooter that he is.
So is he going to be the cornerstone for your team at 31 years old?
Shit, I would love to see. I'll finally get my wish.
I think you're fucking nuts.
I think it's a conversation.
I think you're so on drugs. I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see the fact how you're going to take a guy who hasn't played basketball in 2 years, who's never been the guy, and say, hey, we need you to be the guy now. With all this, worry, how do you even, you're going to start him, slowly coming back, right? Or you're just going to say, you're out 48 minutes a night, 40 minutes a night?
I think you give him the Kawhi treatment. What do you explain with Kawhi? Didn't Kawhi, wasn't he out for like almost 2 seasons?
No, he's out 1 year.
Like a year and a half.
He was out 1 year with the Spurs. Literally 1 year. He got hurt in the playoffs against Golden State and he never played for the Spurs again.
So he was out for a year.
Yeah. But even then, he played like 7 games.
No.
And it was just like him not liking the Spurs, and he's a weird duck, Kawhi.
Okay. Well, who's the other trade package? So you got Warriors. I like that one.
I think that's actually a pretty good one because the Warriors got so lucky to steal that.
And I mean, if Clay has no trade value, I
didn't say okay. Yeah, no. I just said it's really hard to gauge what it is right now.
Okay, well, if it's very hard to gauge, if I was the Blazers, I'd be okay. Hand me him. I'll take him. Give me Wiseman too.
So Wiseman, Clay, the 7th and 14th pick.
I'll take that.
That seems like way too much.
What you said is trade value is like.
I just seem like it's just a risk. That's why I said I don't even want to trade Clay. If I'm the Warriors, I wouldn't trade Clay just because I want to see what he is, unless I have like intel that he's bad.
I would agree with that.
Like to me,
I think from your thinking right now, when you put it in that perspective,
it's a double side. Trading him is a double-sided sword.
Okay, that's the best way to explain it.
It's a double-sided sword because
I would take him personally. I would trust my doctors, of course. Get all the intel. I'll go from there. The doctors are telling me no,
move on,
stay away. Like if the doctors are talking like you and you're like, bro, stay away. He hasn't played basketball in 2 years. Those injuries are really bad. I don't see him coming back. I'd be like, all right.
I just wish there was some like sign of faith. Like I wish there was just some sign of
commercials, bro.
Oh yeah. The 2-year campaign.
That's the only proof.
Okay. China Clay.
All right. Who's the other one?
Blazers are gonna trade Dame to the Knicks. They're gonna get Barrett, Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, and a 1st-round pick. That's 4 pretty good players. Robinson's scary too because he's been hurt a lot. But
I mean, you get Barrett, you get the upside with Barrett.
You can move CJ to point guard like Barrett, kind of play off guard, guard like the bigger guy. He's pretty solid on defense.
Yeah.
And Obi Toppin, like he's never going to get a chance to develop in New York. Randall's blocking him.
Yeah.
Randall's going to play 40 minutes a night. What do you expect? It's Tibbs.
That one is like the pick side, but
throwing 2 first-round picks. How does that make you feel? Better?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good package too. Like,
it's solid. It's solid.
I feel like with the Blazers, if I'm hoping to get another star, I don't really hold a lot of credence in that unless it's a really young and unproven star.
Yeah.
So, again, if I'm the Blazers, you know what? I'm going to hard reset. I'm going to be like, you know what? We've had this good thing for 10 years, but it's just never good enough. Let's get rid of I think if Dame's the first domino, it's all going. CJ's gone, Nurkic, Covington, Norman Powell, get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
Do the youth movement.
Okay, what's another one?
76ers, Ben Simmons, Tyrese, Shake Milton, 2 first-round picks for Dame.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
So then they would start.
Best table on the deal. Best deal on the table. As my dyslexic fucking pops up.
So the 76ers would start Dame, Danny Green, Seth Curry, Tobias, and Embiid. And
man, you finally I would love to just throw in Tobias like, just take him.
No, you can't get rid of Tobias.
I know.
You just got to keep some.
Yeah.
What if they did Tobias instead of Ben? Would you still like to trade? Or there's still a huge problem with the team?
Yeah, it's still a huge problem. At that point, it's like you're just going to wind up trading Ben later on.
And then I got the Blazers trading him to the Heat for Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Precious Achua, 2 first-round picks, and Duncan Robinson.
See, I think that's the worst
Kendrick Nunn instead of Duncan.
Yeah, I don't like that one. To me, if I'm going to go that route, I'm going to go to the Knicks. Don't you feel like Barrett's a better player right now than Hero?
Yeah, I do too. And I feel like Quickly's better than anyone else.
Yeah.
And Robinson, if you can get him right.
Like he's solid.
And then the last one I got is Blazers. They sign and trade Kyle Lowry, or they can get Van Fleet, Chris Boucher, and give him the 4th overall pick for Dame. That one's kind of funky because that 4th pick could be like if you were like, oh, Jonathan Kuminga's like the franchise guy. Yeah. This is your chance to draft him, and that's
forgot about the Raptors.
That 4th pick kind of just enables them to kind of be players.
Yeah.
So they're not even a bad team; they just tanked.
No. What are the chances that he goes to the Thunder?
0. Why would you?
Hey, man, you never know.
Do you think the Thunder can make a trade just to picks that would entice them?
Yeah,
just like 10 picks for Dame.
I think the whole Dame aspect and like even what you brought up, like being faithful, that comes into play. Like he's gonna be like, no, why the fuck are you sending me to Oklahoma City?
Oklahoma City.
Unless he's doing like a thing like Kawhi, like everything in place.
Oh yeah, it's like okay,
I'm signing.
We have a deal on the
go
table.
Get Paul George.
No, we're not doing that back. We're not running that back in Oklahoma City.
No, but I'm just saying, like what?
Yeah,
what
you got the second star on the way.
Maybe Kawhi does it again.
Maybe they do CJ and Dame to Oklahoma City.
No, but maybe like Kawhi does the same thing with back to Toronto, and he does the whole. Oh no, sorry, not Toronto, to OKC, and he's like, all right, I'll sign if you guys get Dame.
How about this? Can we explore this Thunder idea you have just for a second? Yeah. You have Kemba Walker staring at you in the fucking face.
Yeah, you got to drop some contracts.
Golly. Okay. If I'm Portland, I'll go Dame for Kemba, an assortment of picks, Lou Dort.
Tough. I'll try to keep him.
Well, here's why I don't want to keep him, because, like you said, if they can do this trade, which I'm sure this is going to look awful, yeah, but throwing 10 first-round picks, you got Dame. Shea's a really good guard to pair with Dame because he's big. He can handle the ball. He can take the best take the defensive matchup. Then if you can have like a trade in place for Beal,
maybe
Dame
picks.
Shy
it's
Beal.
all in the picks.
All in the picks. They have so many.
Yeah, but
that's the last one I had. Unless you have anything.
No, I like it. I really like the Sixers one. I think the Sixers are the best one on the table.
I like the Knicks one the most, truthfully.
Yeah.
I like Robinson a lot.
If you had to put money down right now, who would you bet that he's going to? I mean, he's 100% leaving Portland, right?
90%.
Yeah.
Just because he's Dame.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Sixers.
I go Warriors.
I like it.
No, I don't want to say that.
It's a crazy dynamic, bro.
Knicks.
Like, him and Steph Curry are just going to take turns shooting at half court.
Maybe that's not a good trade because, like,
I think they'll make it work. They'll make it work.
Imagine him running, like, they're just running, like, yeah, I guess so. I think it might work. Just Draymond just, like, quarterbacking for those two guys.
Yeah. And that
ain't bad.
They're going to get hidden.
I feel like you can't hide both of them.
I don't think Dame is as bad as a defender, though. Like, don't you think he'll buy in? Steve Kerr will make him buy in on defense.
I've seen him buy in. It's still not good enough.
Yeah. Man,
like,
things change, though.
You can't change 6'1". You can't change that. You're always going to be bad.
Yeah, maybe. But
what is the maybe? I don't understand. Explain to me the maybe.
Like, because you have other players to back you up.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
like, you're not going to have Nurkic back there to back you up.
So
you're going to have Draymond Green.
Okay. And then what?
What do you mean, and then what?
Like, what else is backing you up?
The defense as a whole, Max.
And there's two
team defense.
There's two guys who are negative. Like, two guys who
stick them in the fucking corner. Guard the corner guy.
There's more to basketball than just guard the corner.
That's what happens, though. Look at Devin Booker, how he fucking guards on defense. He sticks the fucking corner.
Actually, Devin Booker's a much better defender than both those guys.
And they still stick him in the corner.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's better than both them. Yeah, he's the worst defender on their team, but he's better than these two guys. I got much more faith in him getting stopped than Dame or CJ. I think
there's no reason why that Damian Lillard could be as good a defender as Devin Booker.
Yeah, but there's still two. No, absolutely no way he can ever be, because Devin Booker has better physicality and better physical traits than Dame Lillard's ever had. He's 6'6". He's stronger, more length. Those are the things on defense that matter. I don't care if Isaiah Thomas has the best foot speed, best length, like best whatever. It doesn't matter. He's 5'5". He's not going to be a good defender. There's some guys, bodies, never really going to play out as a defender.
I get the whole body. I get the whole body thing, but I don't.
Has Patrick Beverley ever been a really good defender? I would say no. He's been a fucking pest his whole career. Yeah, he's like made that into a first team, like, but he never stops anyone. And people are going to say, well, basketball players never get stopped. Like Lou Dort, that's the type of guy. He stopped people. He stopped Harden for games.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, though, I'm not saying Damian Lillard is going to be anything special on defense.
Well, he's going to be a negative, so he'll never be good. Like, I don't see it. I don't see what you could say. You can hide him all you want.
To me, if Trae Young can do it, anyone can do it.
He's still bad, though.
Yeah, and he is. And
but they have
still
four good defenders around him. You're going to have one good defender around them. So you're going to have.
I don't think he has four good defenders around him.
Who's not that good?
Like Herter's not the best defender.
I think Herter's pretty good.
I don't think so, Max. I think we're going in circles at this point. And
because you're in this fantasy land that I hate people live and say these guys can get better at like shit they're never gonna get better at.
Well, you said the same thing about Kyle Kuzma.
He's not better.
Max, he's better at defense.
Oh my god.
You said it. You admitted it.
Bro, he's not better as a player. He's only better because he puts in more effort. He's not.
That's all I'm talking about.
I've seen Dame put in the effort. When he went to the conference finals, that was the most effort we've ever seen him do. It still wasn't good enough. That's not
because he was bad around. He was around bad defenders though.
He got bad defender in himself. Bad plus bad is
it
bad.
Wears off. It rubs off on you.
Oh yeah. What's he going to change?
Okay, Max.
What's he going to change?
I think he can change his intensity. I think he can change his mentality on defense. I think when you're a bad team on defense, it's like a virus, bro. It goes around the team. Like that's what the Portland Trailblazers are. They give up wide open layups, just inexcusable ass shit. And not to mention that he has to spend all his fucking effort on offense. So why the fuck would you play defense?
There's no
if you're gonna have to drop 50 on the other side.
I get that logic. I understand that. But there's no I don't see what he's gonna do. You're just gonna stick him on like a guy who's in the corner like Jay Crowder, right? That's what you're saying? Just stick him on that?
Yeah.
All they're gonna do is run pick and roll with Jay Crowder and get the switch. There's no hiding these guys really anymore. You can minimize them, but in the playoffs, as much as the Warriors wanted to hide Steph Curry, they're like, we're gonna go find you. We don't give a shit. We'll find you. We'll kill you. That's what happened to them.
Yeah. And I just don't think that Damian Lillard would just get torched like that, like Steph Curry was.
Steph Curry couldn't hide in the Warrior system when it counted. And it's when I'm talking about when they had Bogut, Green, Iguodala, Klay Thompson, or let's just go when they had Draymond, Iguodala, Klay Thompson, Durant, and they still couldn't hide Steph Curry. How the frick are they going to hide Steph and Damian Lillard when they only have Draymond Green left?
Good point, but I feel like they'll find a way.
I have a feeling there's amazing possibilities out there. That's what I mean. I don't understand. Like, I like people who are optimistic at times, but I don't understand the logic and saying I see a way. Sometimes there is no way, and maybe that's just me being like pessimistic. So I just don't understand that.
I just feel like you're wrong. I see more. I just see more light at the tunnel.
Man, I don't see I admire you for that.
I don't see it at all things because you can't say I'm always optimistic. I'm always going to keep it real. I just feel like in that system with Steve Kerr, Draymond Green, and just the mentality of the team, are they going to abuse them at times? Is there going to be a time where Damian Lillard gets fucked on the switch? Yeah, happens to the best of them. Happens to every team, like you said. It's hard to hide, but I feel like it'll still get done. Like it's still Damian Lillard and Steph Curry. They're smart players. They'll get it done.
I disagree. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Same thing when you were wrong about Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, you admitted that you were wrong, though, Max.
Stops he did.
I mean, you admitted that you were wrong.
I said he got better on defense because he's trying harder, bro. Like, he's still not a good defender. Or unless you're going to say, are you going to go against that?
He's not a great defender, but I feel like he improved on defense. When
improving for him is going from bad to okay. It's still not good.
Yeah, but look, Max, the difference is that there was a point in time when you're like, the fucking guy, he's never going to fucking do it. Like, same how you're doing now. Like, there's no fucking way.
But at least you could say with Kyle Kuzma, he's 6'9". He's got length.
Okay, I get it. Now we're going in circles, though.
There's no circles. There's nothing.
All I'm saying is that there's been plenty of times when you've been like, no fucking way, no way. And then the example with Kyle Kuzma, like there is a way. You can improve.
Disagree, man. These guys can't improve. They've been in the league 10 fucking years. You're not going to get better all of a sudden because, hey, you're in a scheme where there's another really bad defender next to you. I don't care what Steve Kerr can draw up. He can't do what's made them special. They can't have 4 really good defenders out there and 1 really bad defender. That was their system. Hey, we have 4 good enough guys that can basically play on their own.
Yeah.
If you want to put Dame around Matthias Thybulle, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Danny Green, I'd be like, yeah, they can hide him. You can't hide him with 1 good defender.
But Dame, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying you can't hide Dame and Steph, 2 really negative defenders. I don't care who the other 3 guys are. They could be all Matthias Thybulle or Ben Simmons. You're not going to be able to hide those two guys.
Yeah, there's going to be times when they get exposed. I'm not denying that.
I'm not saying the Warriors wouldn't be good with those two guys.
That's what I'm
be
saying. Like they'll find a way. They'll find a way to get through it.
I mean, that's just saying they're going to be so good on offense. Doesn't matter. That's what you're saying.
No, because I don't think it's going to be okay. Like kind of like with the Nets. Like the Nets weren't playing any kind of defense in the regular season, and they just kind of figured it out in the playoffs. What do you say about that?
I don't think the Nets really. So you're talking about the Bucks series primarily, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the Nets really figured it out against the Bucks. I think the Bucks are just so stupid in half court basketball, which is all playoff basketball is half court. Like I charted a game when you were there. We had the box. I was like, they had 20 bad possessions where it didn't matter who guarded you. They were going to take that shot. They're like, we'll just take the first shot we see. It doesn't matter how good it is. We'll just take it because we're the stupid Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Bucks have struggled to score against Atlanta too. It's not like in round one they went against Jason Tatum, the one-man show, and they got torched by him one game because that's one player.
Still, there was at times though where
they looked better, but it's still like you have a Herculean guy in Durant. Blake Griffin's solid on defense. Harden
that's crazy to say.
He's just solid.
I know, but that's crazy to say now. Like I think that just goes to show you the improvement.
What?
Like of them figuring it out. That Blake Griffin's is good, like decent on defense.
He's always been decent on defense.
Like, bro, come on. He's been a 0.
What? On Detroit?
Yes.
He didn't play. He packed it in. But when he tried, he was always good on defense. Even on like the Clippers, he was good. When Detroit had that playoff run with him and German, he was good on defense. So I don't understand what you're going at. Like you're talking about how bad they looked in the regular season, right? Yeah, well, they don't give a fuck. Damian Lillard, I'm saying though, but they actually have talent on that side of the ball. Damian Lillard doesn't have any talent on defense. He's been a bad defender his whole fucking career. And you're telling me, hey, you're with Steve Kerr, you'll be good now. I wouldn't
say he'll be good. I feel like
you'll be okay.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
And then I'll say, give me one reason other than intensity that he'll be good.
Just the culture. The
culture don't match 6'1", slow foot speed. I don't give a fuck what culture you're in.
It doesn't matter though, Max. The culture is going to help him out as far as buying in.
It don't matter if you buy
certain
in or
guys
not.
Just buy into the system, bro.
It don't matter if it's not football. You can't buy in and be like, oh, I'll be good now. The system don't really matter in basketball because at the end of the day, it don't matter what your system is. If you're on an island in basketball, there's no system that's going to bail you out of that island. And that's what they're going to do to him. Say, hey, you're on an island, Dame. Have fun guarding LeBron.
They'll probably still win.
But that's not being good on defense.
I never said they'll be good on defense.
You keep saying, oh, he'll bind the culture and they'll be good. What are you talking about?
Like good enough.
There is no good enough. There is no good enough. You either good or bad. Steph
Curry was good enough to win.
Oh, he was bad on defense all 4 of those fucking years, and they won because they had a better team. That don't mean he's good on defense.
I never said, again, I'm not saying that he's going to be good on defense.
You're just going to say they're going to outscore him. And I'll say, fine, if you want to go with that, go with it.
Yeah, but you keep on saying that. I'm saying that they're going to, like, he's going to be good on defense. I never said that. You keep
saying culture will make him better. Culture will make him better. What culture?
Culture will make him adequate.
There's no fucking adequate for this guy. I don't give a fuck what you say from here on out.
Okay.
We spent
so if he goes on the Lakers and he winds up,
Lakers win a championship. Dame's defense got him there.
No. And again, I think you're putting words into my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your. I'm not saying you said that. That's going to be the thing, right?
But you're taking it to another level and saying like, oh, you're saying he's going to be a elite defender. You're saying he's going to be good. He's this fucker. Yeah, I know, Max. He's not going to be good. I'm saying he's going to be adequate enough to the point where it's not going to be the whole point of them losing. Like they're still going to win.
No, I think what you mean to say is the team will be adequate enough where it doesn't fucking matter because the team is good enough on defense. Because you have 2. Yeah, that's not being good on defense, Damian Lillard. That's just saying, hey, you're going to get bailed out because your team's good enough. It doesn't matter how bad you suck.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. So again, that's not buying into a culture and saying, oh,
what is that?
I'm improved. I'm adequate. No, it's saying you have better players around you. So it doesn't matter. You suck. That's like the Lakers winning a championship with me and saying, oh, I bought into the culture. I'm a better player. No, I still suck. They're just really good. It doesn't matter how bad I suck. So if I'm on the Lakers next year and they suck, it's not because they bought into my culture. It's because they suck too. Because I'm not bringing down the whole culture. When you put it
that way, yeah. But I think
I'm not a good defender if I go play on the fucking Warriors in their heyday and I buy into their system. They're the good defensive team. I'm the anchor. I'm making their shit suck. They're just pulling the anchor up. That's all they're doing with him. That's what they do with Steph Curry. They say, you suck. Well, we're so good. We'll make you look okay. That's what if you're going to say that, but that's not the team anymore. That culture's not there. The Warriors haven't been good on defense anymore.
Yeah, that's this team though, Max. But don't you think if they get Damian Lillard, the team's going to change?
Not on defense, it's not.
Okay.
How's it going to change on defense if they get Dame Lillard?
Dude, the pieces are not going to be over at that point.
What other pieces you got if you get Dame?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You trade all the pieces for Dame, then what are you left with? Nothing. Hey, we just gave up all the assets we had. We gave up Wiseman. That was our big asset. We gave up both first-round picks.
They got Wiggins.
He's gone too in the trade.
He's gone in it?
He's gone in it. They got to figure out the salary somehow. He's the only guy with the salary.
Well, you got Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Injury boy.
And then who's the third guy?
The third guy, they'll probably pick up one of those buyout guys.
Then you're sold.
I mean, guys in the buyout, you wind up getting some full gold. Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin. I'm just saying you're laughing, but it's true.
No, okay, yeah, okay. Blake Griffin.
Like you wind up slowly building the team, Max. Like if they get Damian Lillard, they're gonna go all in. They got Steph Curry, they got Damian Lillard, they got Klay, they got Draymond.
They're gonna
like
go.
You don't
if
think
they
like
do that, they're gonna be like, we're just gonna outscore everybody. We don't care about defense anymore.
Potentially like how the Nets are doing.
So that's like saying the Nets next year should just be like, you know what? After our offensive side of the ball, let's just go get defenders. Like let's just buy in. Let's just change our whole system around. Like you got to build your system.
When did I say that they were going to?
I never said you said that. I'm just saying a point. I'm not saying you said anything at this point. I'm saying if you look at every team in the NBA, you got to figure out what your system is based on the players. That's how good head coaches should do it, and that's what good head coaches do. They don't say, "I run this play." It doesn't matter. It's like the Warriors saying, "Let's run the Warrior system," and we don't have guys who can shoot. Mm-hmm. It's idiotic. Wouldn't you agree? Mm-hmm. It's like what I tried to do.
Kind of like what they did this year.
Yeah, we're going to run all the plays for Klay Thompson. We're going to lose Andrew Wiggins. So they're not going to be as good.
We got Damian Lee out there and shit.
Yeah, shout out to Damian Lee. You're a great player. It's like, that's what I'm saying. So their system's not going to be the system you think it is. Mm-hmm. So if our system with Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, Kevin Durant was Klay Thompson, we can switch everything.
No.
Well, we lost 4 out of the 5 guys. That's not our system anymore. They can't switch. When they were trying to do that shit with Wiseman and switch him on the guards, he's getting eaten up alive. That's why he has such a bad plus minus. That's where they're like, we can't play you anymore.
Yeah.
You're not good enough. And it was costing them games. We saw what's happened to this team. And I know Klay Thompson's being hurt doesn't help. Mm-hmm. But just getting another guy on offense, it'll help the offense. But there's still some deficiency. At some point, and this is what I believe, you have to get stops.
Right.
Unless you're one of those people that says the NBA players are just so good, you just got to make them miss shots. You can't really do anything about it.
That's part of it.
Does Steph Curry ever get stopped, or does Steph Curry just miss?
All I'm saying
in your mind, I'm curious to know what your answer.
Say it again.
Does Steph Curry get stopped by guys, or does he just miss?
No, he misses. Hey, he misses.
How many guys in the NBA do you think are like that, or is that just the elite guys?
No, that's just elite guys.
Okay.
I feel like that's Curry only, and probably Dame.
Durant.
Yeah, and Durant. I wouldn't put LeBron in that category.
Just jump shooting. Yeah, I get you.
No, but I was gonna say this. Just to wrap up my whole conclusion of this, I'm just saying with Damian Lillard on a team like the Warriors, and obviously they're gonna be a contender. Obviously, with Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
Hopefully,
unknowing who the 5th guy is, or even who their bench is gonna be. So many components that are gonna change if they do that trade. I just feel like it'll be a whole different type of vibe than what he ever had with Portland. And that shit really does matter for a person like Dame, who's been losing and not even on great teams his whole career with the Portland Trailblazers.
Would you even say that team that made the conference finals was a great team?
No.
I would agree. I'd agree 100%.
Yeah. And I feel like him being in that environment of guys with Steph Curry who day in and day out, who know what winning looks like on a day-to-day basis, it's going to elevate his game, whether it's on defense or offense, just his whole attitude towards the little things. And I think it makes you play even harder. That's just my opinion.
I just don't think his game has any more elevation. Like, he's already at the pinnacle of what Damian Lillard is. And I think he's one of those type of guys where he does all the little things right to start with.
Yeah.
For him, it's not a big jump. Like, I think what Dame Lillard does now and we'll wrap this up. I'm sorry.
No, you're
it's
good.
been such a long discussion that we didn't prepare for or even anticipate going this way. But Dame Lillard is the type of guy, I think, who inspires others at this point in his career. And I think he's one of the best leaders in the NBA, like the way he handles guys, like
the way he handles himself.
Correct. And that's why I made such a thing. Like, when you get a guy who's a class act, like we both agree, right?
Yeah.
That Damian Lillard is a class act.
Yeah.
You got to do right by him. That's why I said they should trade him to wherever he wants to go. No ifs, ands, or buts. Unless the package is so bad you can't like sell it.
Right.
But if it's a decent enough package, do this guy right. And when you're saying, I think that applies to some guys. Some guys need that culture, right?
Yeah.
Some guys need
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, he's kind of his own culture, right? And it's the perfect marriage of a team's identity. Because a team's culture, systems always change. Cultures don't really change unless coaches are leaving, right? Like, we know the Heat are a winning culture. They have winners. They build their team good every year.
Yeah.
Since LeBron left, they haven't been bad. You can't say that about the Trailblazers. There's been years where they've been bad.
Facts.
And even years they've made the playoffs, it's like
Dame.
They're going to get rocked.
Yeah. They only made it because of Dame.
Yeah. So what Dame Lillard does, I think he's kind of elevated his team to the point where it's kind of F them in a sense where, like, hey, you guys aren't good, but you fooled us because you're so good, and now you're going to cost the team. Like, to be honest, how could the Blazers really have built this team? Like,
I think this year was the best built team that they had, and that's kind of crazy to say.
And even then, I would say, like, I don't even like it because
but I'm just saying, like, from a talent standpoint, I think this year was the best.
I think the only thing they really could have done at any of these last 3 years was trade CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
And their refusal to do it, I think, has kind of hindered the team in certain regards, because I've always said this: what Dame lacks is Klay Thompson. And what I mean by that is, what is Dame amazing at? Offense. He's not really a great playmaker. He's a good playmaker, but like, he's more like, if you told me what's his ratio to shot and pass, I'd say it's 70% he wants to shoot the ball, right?
Yeah.
Is that about right?
No, that's right.
So you have to find a 2 guard, maybe Alonzo Ball. That's a signal to you. I'm serious though. Like, maybe a guy like Lonzo Ball who's really good on defense, and he doesn't really need the ball in his hands. You need to find a guy who doesn't need the ball in his hands to help Dame. Steph's, I think Klay is a better example of that. Like, a bigger guard who you can.
I mean, Steph is capable.
Yeah, Steph's capable, but I'm saying Steph doesn't really complement Dame's skill set.
Yeah, take it to another level.
You need to find a way to minimize his weaknesses. The Blazers have never been able to really find a way with the guard.
Yeah, like finding the defensive pieces, like you've been saying.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of guys who can do stuff similar to him.
Yeah.
And I think even me saying that Steph Curry, that, like, he can do it, but at the same time, you're kind of losing out on what he does good, or great, should I say.
And the reason I've just pushed back so hard against the Warriors is because, as much as we want to talk about the Warriors' offense was so special during those years, that defense changed basketball that they were doing. When I was a kid, all those years ago, I'm only 25, switching was not in vogue. My whole life, it wasn't in vogue.
Yeah, you fight.
You fight over, you get back. And if you can't, you switch. It was always last resort switch. They made it cool to switch. They were like, we're going to switch everything. Everyone's going to copy us. They're going to try to beat us like that.
Yeah.
That's what made them special. And they've lost so many of those pieces. And if you put Dame and Steph on the same floor, it takes away that whole identity that you were kind of referencing.
Right.
And that's why I was like, I don't think you can do that anymore. You just have to go, fuck it. We're going to score. I'm sorry for all the curses, by the way. You just have to say, F it. We're the Nets now, except we have even better shooting than they do.
Yeah. And I just feel like, as them winning and how deadly they'll be on offense, I just feel like they'll figure it out. Similar to the Nets. Like, just figure out on defense. They're not going to be good to the point where, like, they're number one defense or anything, like how the Warriors were back in the day. Like you said, it's going to be hard to hide Steph and Dame at the same time.
And especially if what we both think Klay might take a step back.
Yeah.
That's even worse. And then you're left with, because I really do believe in the NBA, like having two smaller guards is really hard to win with.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we've seen like with Dame and CJ on defense, it gets bad at times. Steph and Dame,
and their surrounding partners don't help.
Yeah, they don't help. But I'm saying it starts with those two are really bad, and it doesn't matter. They brought in Robert Covington, who's really good on defense.
Right,
Nurkic is solid on defense.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter. They're just so bad. It's just a free run to the basket.
Right.
I really think your trade package your favorite now. Switch to the Warriors, like mine is, right? Did that whole argument make you switch?
I mean,
just you want
as far as for the NBA, I would love to see it. I would love to see him on the Warriors and the Lakers.
Too bad he's on Oakland. Warriors aren't in Oakland.
I mean, I would love to see him on the Warriors and the Lakers. I think that would be fucking huge for the NBA, and I would love to see that. Best trade package though for the Blazers and for the Sixers that makes sense on both sides.
I think the best guy they could get is Ben Simmons, and maybe just if you could fix him, his value would be greater than everyone else's, unless Wiseman explodes. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, that was a long Damian Lillard talk, and since we're going long, Max, we're already in it. We're in it to win it. Let's talk about the Hawks and the Bucks.
Series is tied 2-2. It doesn't really matter what we say. Let's just hit game 4.
Okay.
Bucks came out flat. Then they kind of made a run. There's something that happened we're going to talk about. Trae Young didn't play. Bucks should have whooped their ass. Giannis gets hurt in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes before today, potentially torn ACL. They checked out the knee. It's all good structurally. There's no timetable for his return, so I don't know what that means.
It looked bad.
Oh, yeah.
Replay looked bad. Real time,
I don't think it was a hyperextension. It looked like more like a dislocation, because usually with the hyperextension, it's straight, right? His knee went left.
I felt like it went in.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it looked left. It's different. So Trae Young wasn't there. The Bucks were just toying with him, right? It looked like the Bucks were going to be like, all right, we're going to flip it. We're going to blow you out. And then when Giannis went down, Middleton struggled. Middleton, I've never seen a guy who's as good a shooter as he is go 0 for 7 in the playoffs so many times.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying that on Sunday, how like I wouldn't be surprised if the fucking guy.
Yeah, that was game 1, and then he's like, "I'll do game 4."
Exactly.
But game 5 will be great. I still think the Bucks can win this series just because the 2 home games and without Trae Young. Because I feel like Trae Young, like when you go on the road, that's when your star really needs to shine. At home, though, like Collins feels comfortable, Herder feels comfortable, Bogdanovich comfortable.
I will just say this though, Max.
Go ahead.
The Bucks are they're not a good team. I'm just gonna say it.
They're good. They're really good, badly coached.
Look, whether it's coaching, whether it's players' mentality, I just feel like they don't have. I mean, due to this year, I mean, come on, they're playing the Hawks, who are obviously not the best team in the East. These are obviously not the 2 best teams in the East, in my opinion. Even on the West, with all the injuries, and even on the East, with all the injuries, this team is just not championship like level. And I think it was a prime example of what happened the last game. Trae Young out, and
they played with their food, bro.
Yeah. Like, I feel like a championship team, you stomp. Like,
we just talked about the culture for the Warriors and Blazers. The Bucks culture. I know Giannis is a really competitive guy.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Let me rephrase. The culture is not the problem. The system's the problem. This is a case where the system is a problem.
I hope so.
And I think maybe this might be the biggest mistake, them beating the Nets, because Budenholzer's going to keep his freaking job.
Yeah,
they just don't really attack.
Because, like, are you watching, like, some of these games? Like, it's just...
I will say, in the Bucks, if I'm a Bucks fan, Cam Reddish played game of his life.
Yeah.
Lou Williams, game of his life. Bogdanovich showed up. Yeah. He looked healthier than he's been in a long time.
They let them do that, though.
Capella being out might hurt them. Capella might be out with an eye. Trae Young. If I'm Trae Young, if I'm Damian Lillard and Giannis is out, I'd let Trae Young sit.
Really?
I know it's a big game, but I don't want to push him too soon. Like, if you're telling me that one game could be the difference of like re-aggravating it, or if we sit him that one time and it can let him be healthy the rest of the way, I'd sit him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think their asses, like, winning game 4 was really big for them, because I think that bought Trae Young some time.
Right.
Like, if he's not 100% ready.
But yeah, like what you said, man, they're playing with their food. I feel like a great team, a championship
smashes
team,
them.
They destroy them.
Cut their heart out.
Yeah, it's blood in the water. Like, you smell blood and you go out there and you beat their ass like you did on Sunday. You know? And the Bucks, and I know they have great talent, bro. Like Chris Middleton, baller. Drew Holiday, great. And y'all know what Giannis is.
What is
But-
Giannis one? Lamar.
I mean, Giannis, no, but you know what? Giannis, these last couple games, you know,
Game 7, I thought was his best game of his career.
Yeah, game 7, but like even a little tiny bit before that, whenever we came out with the podcast when we were talking about his hook,
where he shot it off his wrist.
I felt like he's been improving. Like he's been going in the post a lot more. So I got to give him credit where credit is due. He's going to be a 35 and 10 guy, regardless. Like he's going to give you that. But like you said, it could be the coaching. It could be the personalities on the team. None of their star players are absolute dogs as far as personality wise.
I think Giannis,
like a PJ Tucker.
I feel like Giannis is a dog, but there's just
I don't think so.
I think he's a dog, but there's just such a huge hole in his game. It just can't really shine because, like, I feel like this is why I kind of think he's a dog, because sometimes when he gets challenged to shoot threes, he's like, I'm a dog, I'll shoot it. And it's like, don't shoot that shot. It's not going to go in, buddy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, he's kind of got the Russell Westbrook where like someone scores on him. He's like, I got to go get mine. If they shot a 3 and they don't think I can shoot a 3, I'll shoot a 3.
Yeah. I get you. But yeah, it's
because he's flawed, right? Like he's just flawed. He's a flawed.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel
just think he's so great that sometimes it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Sometimes he's like, you know what? Doesn't matter who's guarding me. I can just dunk on you. Doesn't matter.
But it just scares me, man, because the Nets just pop in my head. Like they're not in this if Kyrie gets hurt. They're not in
or
this.
Harden.
They're nowhere close here.
Kevin Durant's big ass foot doesn't.
Budenholzer, like you said, like it's kind of like a blessing in disguise for him. But it's kind of like, man, if you're a Bucks, yeah, it's like fuck.
We have the same like bad decisions that have plagued us, and
you're right though. Like stuff like that, when a team comes out and you don't stomp on their throats, like that is a coaching problem right there.
Yeah, there was lack of energy.
Yeah, but regardless, I still think they're gonna win the series.
That's the big question, right? So tell me what you think's gonna happen.
I think the Bucks will figure it out. I think it is going to go 7. If Trae Young doesn't play, it's not going to go 7. But if Trae Young plays the remaining games that he has to play, it's going to go 7. And I think the Bucks are probably going to win. But the Hawks are good though, man. Like the players who come out to like Bogey, like he picked a good game to come out. Lou Williams, like you said,
his life, man. Yeah,
Cam Reddish. Clint Capella, like they were balling out. John Collins has had a great playoffs.
He didn't play great,
not
scoring wise, but he's done a lot of other good things.
Yeah, like he's been good in the playoffs, man. I think he's been at times their second best player when Herter's not on. But yeah, man, the Hawks. I mean, it's a great year to be a Hawks fan because all the injuries. It's just injuries, man. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say. I'm still rolling with the Bucks in 7 though. I'm going to change my pick because I think I had the Hawks in 6, but I have the Bucks in 7.
I'll go with the Bucks in 7 too.
So you do think it's going to go 7?
Yeah. Man, I'm just curious. Trae Young is such an X factor. If he can play, I feel like Giannis is going to be out at least a week.
Yeah.
There's no his knees fine apparently, but he's no timetable. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's really badly swollen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just.
I think he misses one game.
Giannis?
Yeah. One game.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he missed a couple.
I've seen him walking though. That's what fucks me up.
If they win this game, the Bucks, do you think he'll play in game 6?
Yes.
Or they'll just rest him and be like, if we need you for a game 7.
Because this motherfucker is there already. They're here. The Suns won. I'm pointing to the TV because they're showing the Suns. Suns have already won. You got to get there. You don't want to play game 7. You don't want to pack.
I don't want to start Giannis too soon.
Yeah, that's what you got to do though. But it's going to be interesting.
So we're both on the Bucks though.
Yeah,
I like
Bucks in 7.
I'm glad we can agree on something tonight.
But
I'm glad you're not making my head explode.
If you guys stayed here,
is that our first one? Like
what?
Our first really big like?
Nah, we've had a couple football ones.
Yeah, but I wasn't like never like wanted to hit you.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I'm kidding about that.
Look, it's time though. It's giveaway time. Look, I got this little look at this slider I got, Max. Hey, winner.
That was me after I won the conversation with
Oh
Juan.
my
Hit that logo. Hit that logo. Logo.
All right, but look, I'm gonna do a screen share right now. For the 4 people in here.
I don't know how you're gonna do it. I'm really intrigued. Is this how all the famous Instagrammers do their like giveaways? Oh my! Wow, I can see a lot better now. You put the brightness up, buddy.
All right, so look, I'm gonna do a screen share. We'll do this window, StreamYard, Chrome tab.
Are they doing it? Can they see that?
There we go. All right.
Oh,
so here we go. Here's our wheel. Here's all the people in the contest. So, do you want to give off the Steph Curry jersey first or the money for Amazon?
Since I won the conversation, I will do the jersey. Let's do the Warriors jersey.
All right. So, this is for the Warriors jerseys guy. Just to show you guys.
Dang, man, hit my shoulder.
Oh, no, my bad.
It's all good.
Steph Curry jersey.
It's going to go gray with the Damian Lillard jersey. You guys are going to have to buy when he gets traded there.
Steph Curry, yellow.
Ballin' like
double
Steph Curry.
Double XL.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see who's the winner.
Spin it.
All right.
There's no sound effects?
Spin it. Yeah. You can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Who is
it? Oh, the sports dude, Heinz Show. I know him. He's a YouTuber. So congratulations to the sports dude, Heinz Show. I'll be DMing you on Instagram, telling you that you won, bro. Congratulations. You won a Steph Curry jersey. Like I said, I'll DM you for the address and all that, and so I can send it to you, bro.
Is my name in the wheel?
No.
Why?
Because you didn't even enter.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I know people. I put my...
You didn't.
Put my name in right now.
You didn't share it to your story, bro.
All right, whatever.
All right. Bro. All right, so this is for the big one. This is for $50. $50 Amazon gift card.
Click it?
Sorry, I already did it.
Here.
Go. Click it.
Oh, shit.
Click it. Spam that shit. All right. That shit's spinning like crazy.
If he wants again. Oh my
God. OTS outside the stadium.
Got it.
Nah, shout out to OTS, bro. They're cool. They always get some big interviews. Congratulations to Outside the Stadium. I'll be DMing you guys for the $50 gift card.
Congrats to both winners.
Yeah.
Being a winner myself tonight, it's great to see. Are we going to put a pin in the coaching stuff and hit it next time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll hit it next time.
Yeah, we got to save. We got some content. See, we made some content. Got to save some content. Look at that.
Exactly. But look, congratulations to OTS and the sports dude. Like I said, I'll be DMing you guys. We're so grateful, bro, for everyone who participated, posted it on their story, commented down below, liked the photo, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Or if you've liked any photo ever.
Yeah. Just
grateful.
Yeah, completely grateful, bro. We're just trying to grow. We're trying to get our subscribers up on YouTube as Max gets the George Kittle head.
Wish this was yours, man.
Oh my God. You guys seen how I got Max angry, bro? It's not that hard. I can trigger it like nothing. Just wait until football season comes. He gets more triggered. But
no, wait till 2K comes. I get the most triggered.
Any last words, Max?
No, just thank you guys for the support. Anyone who entered the contest, thank you. We're weird, right? We're definitely kind of weird.
I'm not weird. You're weird.
Okay, I am weird.
I'm just kidding. We're weird.
We have weird sense of humor. We have a weirdish show, but it's us. And that's all we're ever going to do is be us. And we appreciate you guys for watching. And I'm very grateful. I know Juan's very grateful. We do it because we love it. We say it every time. So people probably think it's some bullshit we have rehearsed. I never write it down, never really preference it when to say it.
Exactly.
But like if I was lucky enough where some kid came on the street and said, "You're Max from the Max&JuanCast," I'd be like, "Bro, no, this like someone's punking me." Like I would not believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe when I look at the YouTube and it says like 200 subscribers, something like, "Oh yeah, bro, you got 200." Like, and people probably like, "So it's nothing."
Yeah.
It's
something else, bro.
We get one. If we get a new one to do, like, bro, we got a new one.
The fact that 4 people are in the stream right now, we're grateful for the 4 people in here. All right.
Who are they? Can I get a...
I have no idea, bro. They don't like to comment. They like to stay hidden. But
Juan's hat game is not strong.
Bro, my hat game is strong.
Look at the hat he put on the desk today.
That's you.
Phoenix Suns hat.
That's
Sell
you.
out on his side of the desk.
That's you.
Sell out.
That's you. Nah, but just rewording the words that Max said, bro. Truly grateful. Appreciate everything, all the love, all the support. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. That is at Max_JuanCast. Podcast listeners, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you guys get your podcasts. Subscribe, 5-star rate us, follow, whatever that button says, bro. We appreciate you guys. Just press it. All right. Like button, comment down below. Anything else, Max?
Very well said.
All right. Well, this is Juan from the Max and Juan Cast.
Hit that outro.
And we are out.